Here we go. Stand by.
When I first read the script for the first Omen, one of the biggest reasons I wanted to be part of the project was because of the character of Margaret. There's a lot going on with this woman, and there's so much backstory to this character. Margaret's a very sweet girl, right? And very shy, and she's very nervous. But you start to realize that the nervousness isn't just because she's arrived to a new place and she's meeting new people, but it's something much deeper, and that she has a very destabilized sense of self. And that is really taken advantage of by the people around her.
This is Sister Silva. She'll take good care of you.
Hello.
We're so happy to have you here.
Margaret was raised in an orphanage, and she was not treated well by the nuns. So she has a pain inside from her very turbulent childhood, and that manifests sometimes outwardly.
When I was younger, I used to have these horrible visions.
No one could deal with her until she met Cardinal Lawrence.
Cardinal Lawrence came to the orphanage, and he really helped me to see that all that stuff was just in my head.
He successfully manages to ease her mind and to give her a purpose. And she's full of hope and trust, which is soon to be betrayed.
Okay, set.
Action!
You must be Margareta.
Yes.
I'm Luz.
Oh.
It's really interesting, the relationship between Luz and Margaret.
Luz is a direct foil to Margaret's character. There's a comfort with the world around her, there's a comfort with her sexuality, and that's something that at first blush really intrigues and really frightens Margaret. So Luz twists that and uses it against her.
You're a very beautiful girl, Margareta, and you have to understand that about yourself. If only to know what it means to give it up.
For Margaret, this idea of going out to a disco is almost transgressive. She's never been to a bar, she's never been around men. Even just this simple idea of exposing your skin is terrifying to her. Something that really weighs heavily on Margaret's subconscious, that's particular to the female perspective, is a fear of what could be done to your body. And a huge part of her story is about how women's minds and souls are manipulated so that their bodies are vulnerable.
I didn't, embarrass myself or anything last night, did I?
No, you were well behaved. Mostly.
Because of the abuse that Margaret suffered as a younger girl, when she meets Carlita, she sees, in a way, a parallel version of herself.
Did you do that drawing outside, Carlita? I thought it was very nice.
Margaret feels a connection between the two of them. There's something about her which is fascinating to Margaret.
While it's really comforting to have somebody that you connect to, it's also quite triggering for Margaret because she's now re-experiencing a lot of the treatment that she went through as a kid.
Carlita, she's locked in a room.
That's right. She had to go to the bathroom.
A big shift in Margaret's character is when she says to Carlita,
I realize that I'm not bad. They just tell you that you are because you're not doing what they want you to do.
that's the first time that we really recognize that Margaret is cognizant of this gaslighting. Maybe she doesn't understand how far it goes, but she's starting to become self-aware of that.
I am the only one that cares about her.
The girl is sick in the head.
Because of you!
Cardinal Lawrence has told me the troubles you had growing up. Your hallucinations.
I think one of the main ways Margaret is manipulated is in the language that Sister Silva and Cardinal Lawrence use. They tell her that she is ill. They say, no, actually, you're sick. You internalize those messages that something's wrong with you. That's the key to master manipulation.
We think it might be time for you to take a step back.
What? No, why?
You're clearly unwell.
The key thing about Margaret's journey is that she doesn't know what's real or what's not real. She doesn't know what's a hallucination and what's a memory and what's supernatural.
I can't tell if this is
she was really trained to not trust not only her own intuition, but really what she's actually seeing with her own eyes every day.
I am so sorry that I didn't believe you, but I believe you now.
So the arc of Margaret is, as she's heading farther and farther into this darkness and this threat is circling her, she really has to tap into this suppressed intuition in order to find the strength to save herself.
Don't you